Okay, welcome. This is the second match from DotA is Hard. This is an in-house again. Plenty of new players ready to learn new DotA, learn some new things and improve their game. I'm Project Swift. I am the caster for DotA is Hard, and I am ready to get this cast on the road. I have sculled another tube of Bengay, completely lubed up my throat, and I'm ready to go. So today we're going to be playing an all-pick game because there's two really new players who only know how to play one hero. And to stop the whole captain's mode, banning that hero out, stuffing up the whole thing, we've just decided to play all-pick for now. We are going to be playing 2 to 3 more games this evening, and it is possible we can throw in some captain's mode there and have some fun. Alright then, so the picking will be started. On the DotA team, the captain is EJ. And on the Radiant team, the captain is Sleepy. Both are fairly experienced players, so they will be leading the captains for teams who are starting to learn and they're not so experienced. So the captains will be sort of in charge of their picks, and they will be giving the final calls on the plays and any strategies that they want to go with. Yes, so please check us out on Facebook. If you search DotA is Hard on Facebook, you'll find our group. We are an Australian-based group, and we're just starting up with the new servers. So please come, join in, have some fun. We're all nice people, and we're all ready to learn. So also, if you'd like to check out our YouTube channel, the YouTube channel is Project Swift DIH. So Project Swift for me, and then DotA is Hard, the acronym. So Project Swift DIH is the YouTube channel, and we also have the Twitch TV channel, which is just under my name, which is Project Swift. Okay, so one moment, there just seems to be a problem with the stream, I believe. No, the microphone is working. I don't know why. One moment, just going to check. Alright, I've figured out the problem. I forgot to turn on the mic in-game. So, I'll just walk you through this. Yep, open mic on.
30 seconds to
Okay, there we go. Mic should be working now. Okay, so, for the Radiant team, we've got Project Sleepy on the Anti-Mage going bottom, he's captain. We've got Rick James as Lion supporting him. We've got Fail at Death, looks like he's going a solo mid Nerubian Assassin. Top, we've got Barmy as Bounty Hunter, and also we've got Fog Machine on Undying. On the DotA team, we've got the captain EJ as Tinker, probably solo mid. We've got Laz Kev going solo bottom as Zeus, possibly. We've got Booze as Booze666 as Crystal Maiden. Unfortunately, placed the ward a little bit too close to the tower there. Needs to place it back right on the corner there. That will keep it out of the tower range. And top, we've got GG Ted's Tea. I could go for some tea right now, but we've got GG Ted's Tea on the Chaos Knight going top with Lisbeen on the Lich. Alright then. So, we seem to be playing good old school DotA. We've got a 2-1-2 setup on both teams. No, sorry, we've got a defensive tri-lane on the bottom here. So, the DotA team will be playing 2-1-2, and we've got 3 on the bottom, 1 and a solo top for the Radiant team. So to start off, we've got warding for the DotA team. The DotA has started with the warding. Radiant seem to have not put any wards up yet. No wards to block the pull camp, which is going to suffer because it seems that Lisbeen is doing stacking and pulling, while Chaos Knight will be smashing some last hits in and trying to deny as much experience from that Bounty Hunter and keeping his track away as fast for as long as possible. In the mid lane, we've got more wards going up, so there was 4 wards bought, plus a flying courier to start with on the DotA team. That is a good start. Lots of support, and people are able to get lots of map control and lots of items up.
Certainly not.
Apart from that, Tinker has gone a fast bottle, which will help with this harass that you're seeing from the Nyx Assassin. Nyx Assassin seems to have gone standard stats with some good regen, clarity potions, tangos, and a healing salve to keep him healthy. He's going to need all that against the Tinker, especially with that ward there, so he's going to cop a lot of harass. Hopefully he can get up a spiked carapace and be able to shrug off a couple of those missiles and lasers. Rick James sneaks in, tries to take the rune out from under him, but he will go down to the Tinker for a first blood. Unfortunately, I don't think that he should have run in. Trying to take the rune was fair enough, but on that low life, Tinker is just going to laser you down and finish it off. We've got the Zeus running away on very low life from a tombstone. Pops a salve to heal himself back up though. So it seems that this tri-lane is pushing quite far. They need to get some stacking and pulling going in order to bring it back and regain that experience advantage. So at the moment we've got two level 3s on the Radiant team. It seems we've had a disconnect. Maybe the pause will go down. Oh no, sorry, that was my co-caster who was disconnected. He's probably just gotten bored of the game. Jerk. Alright, but this will be going up on YouTube, so he'll be able to watch it there. Lisbeen seems on very low life and is going to go down to the Bounty Hunter by the looks of it. She's going to get caught out. Yes, gets nuked down to the Bounty Hunter, unfortunately. That is good kill by the Bounty Hunter though. Pick up whatever you can, where you can. Especially, yeah, solo long lane Bounty Hunter. Being a melee hero, it's a bit hard. We've got a pause going down. Yeah, pause coming up from Sleepy. Looks like Sleepy is going a heavy last hitting build, so he'd be looking to get all the last hits. He's got the Quelling Blade and he's got a Boots for a bit of speed, so he can run in, take the hits, take the last hits and then run away. He's got a tiny bit of regen, but he also has especially an Undying with his heal to keep the anti-mage healthy, and plenty of regen between the three heroes. So that will keep him nice and healthy. On the Dire team, it's fast boots on the Zeus, so he should be able to run in, zap, or throw down his Arc Lightning. Perfectly fine item. It is possible that he could have gone a little bit of regen first to keep up his spells, but he does have the 3 clarities to keep that going, so Boots of Speed is a perfectly fine item, especially in the hard lane, because it will make him much harder to chase down and kill. The Crystal Maiden has gone some good stats, bought wards first, I saw the wards, and Tango and Healing Salve. So good bit of regen. He's getting Arcane Aura, leveling it up fast, trying to help his team. Again, I believe I suggested this before, but getting 1 level in each of the skills as Crystal Maiden is more beneficial, because you'll be able to throw down more harass, slow them and disable the enemies more, even if you are going Arcane Aura. So my there we go, unpausing, action will start back up. So my favourite skill build for Crystal Maiden would be 1 level in Frostbite, 1 level in Crystal Nova, and then leveling up your Arcane Aura. That's if you're going an Aura build. In the mid lane, Tinker seems out-leveling Nyx, not by much. But, I'll bring up the Rhizometer. We'll find out. Tinker is smashing Nyx in last hits. Nyx has got 2 with 3 denies. Tinker has got 13 with 4 denies. So Tinker's farm is way on top of Nyx Assassin at the moment. So Nyx is going to be a bit delayed in his Arcane Boots and in his bottle. But once he gets the ganking going, we'll see how it goes. Now here, it is perfectly fine to level up these two, but I would always get 1 level in Spiked Carapace. That missile that was coming in, you could see it coming from ages away. You could easily Spike Carapace it and reflect the damage back onto the Tinker. It is a fantastic skill, and I would thoroughly suggest always getting at least 1 point in it early on. Bounty Hunter's roaming around trying to pick off the pull. See if he can get some kills from it. Yes, picks up the kills. But now he's caught out a little bit. Nope. He's caught. No, has mana for Shadow Walk. Liz should probably be running away now, because trying to take the Bounty Hunter on by herself will be quite difficult. But yes, good little pickup there from the Bounty Hunter. That's what Bounty Hunters do when they're solo long lane. They pick up whatever they can. Get the experience, get their track, and then they make all their farm back with that track gold. But yeah, their priority is getting to level 6 to get that track. In the bottom lane here, I would still like to see some pulling going on these creeps. For those who don't know how to pull, you simply attack them at to stack them. Sorry, if you stack them, you hit them at 53 seconds, run away. That will stack the creep camp. And then if you attack them at 15 or 45 seconds and run back into the lane. Sorry. Tinker's tried to nuke some people down, and Nyx Assassin comes in and finishes off. The two of Crystal Maiden, Zeus picks up the kill on Lion, and then they freeze anybody who's threatening to hurt them anymore and run away. Good little trade-off there. Unfortunate for the Tinker. I would trade a Lion for a Tinker any day, so I think the Radiant came out on top there. But yes, with the pulling, if you attack the creep camp and run back into the wave at either 15 or 45 seconds, you can pull the creep wave back, and they will help you kill these creeps. You can also use it to deny experience to the lane, so your enemies in the lane will get a lot less experience, and you will outlevel them. But right now, this tri-lane is sadly a little bit ineffective. They have the 2 disables to Lion, and lots of damage from both the Anti-Mage and the Undying. So you can see the damage going down here. Hopefully we'll pick something up, get a little bit of bang for their buck. Yes, they pick it up, and it is possible the Crystal Maiden's going to go down here as well. Yes, that was a very good kill there. Proved me wrong on saying that it was a slightly ineffective tri-lane, but because they're splitting the experience between the 3 of them, where instead it could be just 2 of them, while one is stacking and pulling, getting the experience from this camp, they'd be on higher levels right now. But that was a good couple of kills there. Tinker's got an Invis rune coming bottom for a gank. He was seen by the ward though. Nyx Assassin goes invisible. May be able to pick up the Tinker before anything bad happens, but he activates his Invis rune, and we'll see if he is able to catch anybody out. He can see the Lion on very little health. 2 are walking in here as well, but Nyx can see them, so they know what's going on. Big zap, lots of nuke damage, kills the Undying almost instantly. Anti-Mage is caught out a little bit. Now the Lion is in a really bad spot, just gets nuked down to Zeus almost straight away. That was, that's going very good for the Diet right there. Caught doing a little bit of tower diving on 3 heroes. Massive ultimates. All that burst damage coming out from Zeus and Tinker is just throttling people, even under the tower at the low level of 5, 6, and 7. Underneath the tower, the Dire there didn't stand a chance. That was very good burst damage, and that was very good team play from the Radiant Dire side. Sorry. The Bounty Hunter almost goes down to the combined spells and attacks of the Radiant, the Chaos Knight, and the Lich. I was unsure if Frost Blast was on cooldown then, but it was quite possible that the Lich could have Frost Blasted to take the last hit on the Bounty Hunter before he went invisible. It is always better to make sure that someone dies rather than to worry about kill stealing. Unfortunately, Crystal Maiden is going to die to the Anti-Mage. The Lion will get taken down by the Tinker. And I think everybody else is too scared from the 2 deaths at the moment to engage any further. But good little kill there from either side. Good pick up on the Crystal Maiden, giving it to the carry. And good harass from the Tinker to pick things up. And it looks like Zeus is in a very bad spot. Again, the kills goes to the Anti-Mage, giving him much more needed farm. It was very unfortunate that the Tinker teleported away just as he did. There's 4 heroes bottom for the Radiant side, so top lane should be getting some good free farm. It is possible at this point, since the Bounty Hunter has hit level 6 and started roaming, that the Lich can break away from the top lane and start helping out her allies in other lanes. Can go bottom lane and help start nuking people, or can go mid lane and get a little bit of solo experience to bring up her levels and get her ultimate.
Bottom is missing.
Pings are going down on the bottom lane. Bounty Hunter is standing dangerously right next to that Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden gets hit, but he gets frozen. That was a very good reaction speed from the Crystal Maiden. That was impressive, catching him straight away, not giving him time to go invisible, and then getting bursted down by the Tinker. That was impressive. I quite liked that. Good warding here for both sides. They've only got wards on the bottom lane though, Some rune wards on the top lane would be helpful. They'd be able to spot that invis rune and give... our Nyx still does not have bottle, may bypass the bottle completely. But the Tinker definitely could have the wards on the top lane
Is missing.
and go running around and pick up more runes and use that for ganking. Good free farm on the top lane. The Chaos Knight has got some good items under his belt. Somebody was nuked down there. Undying was nuked down by the Tinker. Spells going down. Ultimate from Anti-Mage doesn't do enough damage. A few zaps go out from Zeus. Doesn't quite kill anyone. Lion was threatening to die to those little Marcher Machine guys there, but manages to sneak away on very little life. Yeah, good nukes. Unfortunately, it seems that the Bounty Hunter has disconnected. We just seem to be having some bad luck here in DotA's HUD. We've only broadcasted one game. This is our second, and our first game was riddled with disconnects, unfortunately. It was a very good game, and I'll post the link in this match. But yeah, there's lots of time links in it to skip these pauses, so I might put a time link in here as well. But with this pause and waiting for the reconnect, I might go through a few skill builds and a few item builds to see what people have got. So on the Radiant side, starting with the Anti-Mage, we've still got Boots of Speed, Quelling Blade, and a Stout Shield. He seems to be sending a courier to him, just with a bit of healing salve. Anti-Mage has died twice, but has also picked up 2 kills with 2 assists, so his farm is a little bit low. Yes, his last hits is only 14, unfortunately. So the Zeus and the Crystal Maiden have been doing quite good against the tri-lane, sort of keeping them back, keeping them off, and keeping their farm low. Especially since Undying only has 6 and Lion only has 2 last hits. Barmy is coming back online, so he'll be back in a moment. Conversely, the Chaos Knight is doing quite well with his last hittings. He's leading the last hits 48 to 21. That's because he doesn't have anyone to stop him. He's got the Bounty Hunter is back here now to sort of limit his farm, but he's had free farm for a long time, whereas the Anti-Mage, all the action has been happening on the bottom lane where the Anti-Mage is trying to farm, which has really severely limited the amount of farm, the amount of area that he has to farm in. This is quite a good strategy by the Dire side, trying to bring the fight to the carry, and yes, because carry heroes are generally fairly not nearly as useful in the early game. Yes, because carries are not nearly as useful in the early game, being able to take the fight to them is much more effective in the early game, whereas in the late game, after they have some items, they are going to bring the fight to you. Lots of sentry wards all around the bottom here, so that's to try and counter the Nyx Assassin and the Bounty Hunter. Both invisible heroes both do massive burst damage when they catch a hero unawares, especially squishy heroes, which consists of most of the the Dire team, sorry. Tinker, Lich, Crystal Maiden, and Zeus are all fairly squishy, and can be caught out quite easily by both Bounty Hunter and Nyx Assassin. One thing I've just noticed is the Zeus's item build is a little bit interesting here. His skill build seems perfectly fine, 1 level in Arc Lightning, 1 level in Static Field for good harass and last hitting, and then he maxed Lightning Bolt when getting his Thunder God's Wrath when appropriate. That is a very good skill build. It's one of my favourite skill builds on Zeus. Because the mana cost goes up with Arc Lightning, I would probably level up Static Field first, unless you have decent mana like Arcane Boots. The mana cost does only go up by 5, so that is almost negligible. But important points to think about. But the Helm of Iron Will I am unsure about. It is possible that he could be going for a... Oh, I've forgotten what it's called. I'll have to bring it up. What's it called? I'm going to miss something here. I can see it. Yes, Tinker goes down. That's what it's called. Veil of Discord. Not Tinker. Tinker takes down the Bounty Hunter. Very good kill. Yes, just caught him unaware. Sentry Ward was thrown down. Yeah, Sentry Ward was put down under the tower. Very good strategy. 100 gold for the 1 Sentry Ward for killing a Bounty Hunter is a very good trade-off. And being able to nuke him Does not have much health, so the Lich and the Tinker were more than enough to take him down. Back to this, I believe that Zeus is probably going Veil of Discord because the Dire team has a large amount of magic damage under their belt. Wards are going down everywhere. Lion gets nuked down rather violently by the Tinker. Zeus is throwing down lots of lightning bolts. Big lightning bolt reveals the anti-mage. Thunder God's Wrath reveals the anti-mage. Tinker is going to chase him. Nyx Assassin and Bounty Hunter have come in, caught the Tinker way out of position. Will the Crystal Maiden be able to help him? Zaps from Zeus. Need some more zaps. Need a freeze to keep him alive. Is on very low health. That was very good. Anti-mage sneaks away on very little life. Good little run. Good run there. Bounty Hunter also sneaking away on life. Very good for the Dire side again. Keeping watch of each other's backs and knowing where knowing where everyone is and knowing who's in danger. That was good saving on the Dire's behalf. We can see now that the anti-mage has gone top and trying to capitalize on some of this free farm. Unfortunately, the Chaos Knight has out-leveled the anti-mage and vastly out-itemed the anti-mage at this moment. So even up here, the anti-mage is going to have a bit of trouble trying to get farm, but will be much easier to get farm than down here in the bottom lane, where the entire Radiant team is just taking the fight to. Sorry, the entire Dire team is just taking the fight to the Radiant. Every time they've got wards everywhere. Every time they walk anywhere around that tower, they just get nuked down and die. Two people at top trying to take down the Chaos Knight. He has a sentry ward here, has seen the Bounty Hunter, so he knows what's going on. Tower goes down. Looks like Crystal Maiden was wandering in the back. Crystal Maiden was wandering in the back, distracting the creeps, allowing Zeus and the creep wave to take down the tower. Up top, we got 3 heroes top. Again, they're bringing the fight back to the anti-mage. Good work on the Dire team. More wards are going down. Definitely the most dangerous heroes to their team at the moment is still the Nyx Assassin and the Bounty Hunter. Here the Bounty Hunter has gone a Bracer. I don't know if I would agree with Bracer. He does need a bit of life, since there's sentry wards everywhere and he's just getting nuked down instantly. So Bracer is the Bracer is an arguably a decent item there. I could have possibly gone a Wraith Band. Maybe a magic wand to try and get a little burst healing in there, so when he gets nuked by all the spells, he can heal himself up 15 health for every spell, which may not seem like much, but it adds up quickly, giving you an extra 150 health plus the 3 stats. And the mana gain as well seems good. Stun there. Caught him. He's running into the sentry ward, unfortunately. Zeus jumps in, uses Thunder God's Wrath. He's completed his Veil of Discord. Overall, Dire team are going very well. They're leading the last hits. They've got sentry wards everywhere to counter the 2 biggest threats of Nyx and Bounty Hunter. And they're pushing down towers. Their supports are doing good supports. Their carry has got good farm. Yes, they're playing very well this game. I'm quite impressed. The Undying and the Anti-Mage are taking a little bit of poking. They're hanging around. Nyx Assassin has come in from the rear, as well as Lion, hoping to catch some people out. They both got very close to being able to catch some out, but they turned around and just helped out. Their reactions were too quick. Again, they knew where all their friends were, knew what was happening for their friends, and were able to turn around and help them out when they needed it. The top tower falls. Chaos Knight takes the gold for it. Tinker picks up a kill on Undying as he's running around, being a little sneak in behind their tower, trying to buy the rest of the team as much time as possible in order to take that tower down. I'm just going to quickly bring up the graphs. XP graph is massively in the Dire's favour at the moment, as is expected. They're leading the farm and they're leading the kills. Also, the gold graph quite in the favour of the Dire. So, Radiant are going to have to work quite diligently and quite hard to bring this back. They need to create farming room for their anti-mage. Anti-Mage needs to be carrying a teleport scroll at this point, I think, because the Dire team are so mobile. It is, and they just seem to be constantly bringing the fight to the Anti-Mage. If Anti-Mage is able to carry a teleport scroll at all times, do some farming, pick up a new scroll at that shop, teleport top, do some more farming, pick up some scroll, and teleport back and forth. That will get that would have created a lot of confusion for the Dire team and allowed the Anti-Mage to get some good farm in. At this point in the game, though, it seems that they're going for a strong mid-game push. Chaos Knight has got his Drums of Endurance and his Armlet. Anti-Mage does a very good job of picking up the Tinker there. 3 of the Dire go down to it, and the Tinker buys back instantly. Good little pickup by the Anti-Mage though. Good little blink away, leading them on a good goose chase. But unfortunately the fight still went in the Dire's favour. But yes, it seems that the Dire are going for a strong mid-game push. They've got Tinker with the Boots of Travel. They've got the Chaos Knight with the Armlet. Looks like Tinker's going to... No, Anti-Mage is going to get caught out by the Martial Machines, unfortunate. That 100% miss from the laser just saved the Tinker. Few more hits, he would have gone down. Wouldn't have had the mana to cast any more spells to try and teleport out. But that miss, that 100% miss from the laser saved him. It was a very good move, unfortunate for the Anti-Mage. It was a good try. Looks like they're grouping up, Dire team are grouping up bottom to do a big push on the bottom tower. If they have wards available, which I think Tinker had wards available, yes. A good ward up here would secure that the bush on the bottom lane. It would make it much more safer for them, and they would, especially with the invis heroes who can walk in and just take down 1 or 2 heroes, hopefully before the Dire would even realise. Tinker is doing Tinker things using his teleport, Boots of Teleportation? Boots of Travel, that's what they're called. Using his Boots of Travel to good effect, jumping around, using rearm, teleporting, being able to teleport every 3 seconds. Seems he's just bought a Blink Dagger as well, so he'd be able to teleport, blink wherever he wants, use rearm, blink again, can stay very mobile. Lion goes down to the combined power of Tinker and Crystal Maiden. Also the Bounty Hunter goes down, but Tinker gets nuked down by the combined power of Lion and Bounty Hunter. That is what I meant to say. But 4 of the Radiant did pay the price for it. This will be interesting. Chaos Knight is running a little bit low on health. He doesn't have any more zombies attacking him at the moment, so he can turn the Armlet off safely. But yes, good little kill on the Tinker, but sadly, again, the Dire were just there. They were ready to help their teammates. They knew what was happening, and they have been supporting each other since the start, making it very difficult for the Bounty Hunter and the Nyx Assassin to just pick up stragglers and pick up kills. Very good playstyle from the Dire team, and we'll see if the Radiant will be able to pick it up. We've got an Urn of Shadows here, good item on Nyx Assassin, gives him a little bit of health and a little bit of mana regen. Also with the type of hero that he is, ganking constantly, he'll gain plenty of Urn charges and be able to use them. So I am trying to concoct a way in my mind that Radiant can bring this game back. While I'm clicked onto the Anti-Mage, one thing that I would suggest, it seems that he's building a Battle Fury with the Perseverance. At this point in the game, it is a bit late to get the Battle Fury. Battle Fury is primarily a farming item, and because of the way that, unfortunately, Rick James was caught out by Crystal Maiden's ultimate there, could have easily turned around his stun, seemed he was AFK, but oh well. Crystal Maiden gets nuked, lots of ultimates go off, Lich's ultimate and Zeus's ultimate just absolutely shred the Radiant team. That close range Lich ultimate did not even give them a chance to try and walk away from each other. They just got absolutely eaten by both of those ultimates. But back to this, the going the Battle Fury. It's a little bit late now. The ideal time for Battle Fury is about 14 minutes. If you can pick it up in 14 minutes. Anything after about 18 or 20 minutes, it starts to get a little bit superfluous as you're running out of farming time. It is probably better to go a Vanguard. A little bit of safety, gives you some safety for farming. It makes you much more tanky, much more difficult to kill, and you can start helping out in mid-game fights. Yeah, so after about 20 minutes, if you still are stuck with these items, I would suggest going a Vanguard and then maybe afterwards building a Manta style. Especially with the changes to ganking and the experience that you get from ganking, the use of anti-mage has really fallen out because farming is much less effective at making you money and getting you experience. So, building anti-mage as a mid-game item and trying to get him in the mid-game fights and making experience, making money that way, is much more effective with playstyles these days. Some pings are going. Pings are flashing around in the forest here. They got a ward down. DotA have a ward down. Picking up on any jungling that is happening, and also Tinker is using his marcher machines to good effect, taking 2 creep camps at once. Unfortunately, he's left them a little bit weakened for the DotA team to come in and pick up the kills. But there's 4 of them standing just off to the side here. They do have a ward in there, and they're ready to jump in on heroes like Undying, who have very little health, and if they make a mistake. Track is laid. Track is put on Crystal Maiden, so now that gives them a little bit of safety, and they'll know when the Radiant team will know when the DotA are coming into the jungle to try and harass them. Seems that the DotA team have picked up on this, and they're backing off. So Nyx Assassin trying to get in a little bit of farm. It would be an idea for him to possibly finish some Arcane Boots, give him a decent mana base, and he'd be able to cast much more spells. Zeus comes in, finds the Anti-Mage, doing a little bit of farming. Getting closer to his Battle Fury. But yeah, Zeus by himself, no real threat to the Anti-Mage. Tinker is using this Blink Dagger to very good effect. He's jumping in, jumping past the creep wave, placing down wards, and then running away over a safe route. He's enjoying this Blink Dagger. It's quite interesting to watch. Blinks to a safe place and teleports back to base, fills up his health, fills up his bottle, rearms, and just teleports back in. So that's how it works. That's how the Tinker combo works, if you're ever wondering. Seems here Bounty Hunter has picked up a Drum of Endurance. That was why he's gone. That's why he went to Bracer early on, and it seems that he's picking up a Vladimir's now. I wouldn't suggest those items so much on Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter's main role is burst damage. The burst damage has been a little bit difficult, unfortunately, because DotA have been so on top of all the sentry wards. But the Bounty Hunter's main role is burst damage. Getting the phase boots is a good start. Vladimir's is not so good until later on in the game, when you have some damage behind you. And Morbid Mask doesn't give you... Drums of Endurance is much more of a support item, so leave it to the Lion or the Undying to try and pick up those items. There, Zeus limps away on very little life. The Nyx Assassin almost picks up the kill. Got his Arcane Boots in the end. But unfortunately, the Zeus is just has a little bit too much life. They were able to push that tower down, causing enough confusion for the creeps to take it. And here we've got the Chaos Knight doing a solo push with his ultimate, absolutely smashing that tower to pieces. Now he's going to... No, he's going to come back into the fight because Tinker just teleported in, blunked straight in. That was a shift Q of the Boots of Travel and Blink, so he, as soon as the teleport was finished, he blunked straight in between them. Sort of catching them off guard, and that is a good move if you're ever teleporting into any area of effect stuns, such as Lesherak's Split Earth or Lena's Strike. I've forgotten what it's called. Lena's pillar thing. Flame Pillar, I think it's called, or something. But yeah, if you're teleporting into one of those, shift queuing a Blink Dagger, you hold shift, click the Blink Dagger, and then click where you want to blink to. You'll blink instantly as soon as you teleport. That was a good example you saw with the Tinker there. Also, a good example is the wards. Wards are everywhere throughout the jungle. It's quite impressive. keeping the warding up. And yes, keeping the warding up even into the late game here. So if the Dire have to back off, they have all that vision. They're able to strike on the Radiant when they're strike on the Radiant as soon as they walk out of the base, and then continue their push strong. Anti-Mage almost has his Battle Fury. Nick's getting caught out of position. Big ultimate from the Lich. Bouncing around on zombies, unfortunately, but it does pick up Lion. Ultimate, big stun from, and a big crit. Big stun followed by a big crit, just casually throwing out those random chances as Chaos Knight does. Unfortunately, the three intel heroes here seem to just be caught out completely by zombies. The zombies are just amassing and dragging them down. Anti-Mage comes in, picks them up, Bounty Hunter puts down track, and Crystal Maiden is in a very dire situation here. Stun is laid, still has a slow, but nope, picked up by the Jindar from the Bounty Hunter. Track gold given to both of them. That was a good defense by the Radiant side. Unfortunately, the Lion did go down, as well as the Nyx Assassin being caught out of place to the Sentry Ward, but good reversal by the Radiant team. Just goes to show that no matter how far in front, you can't get cocky and you can't do silly things, because people will slap you around for it. If you throw the game, you will lose the game, basically. Here, I don't know if it was a misclick or not, but damage dealt, max 1 from each source. I'm unsure if spiked carapace reflects creep damage. But even if it does, I wouldn't say that it would be worth it, because creeps hit you for like, what, 20 damage? It means that they're doing 20 damage back to them. You're better off, if you want to stop them, you're better off impaling them, using a bit of AoE, or just hitting them. Don't waste your 40 mana on 20 damage per creep. We got Armlet, massive items on the Chaos Knight, going massive mid-game items. Looks like he's going to get a Manta style to finish off all that mid-game damage. 30 minutes in, good pushes happening. Ideally with their team composition, massive crits, massive stuns. It's just casually what the Chaos Knight does. I would have liked to see them take the Dire team take a barracks by now, but I guess the only real attack damage hero that they have is the Chaos Knight. But big fight going down. Zombies are dragging everyone down. Big ultimate by Crystal Maiden. Zeus is throwing down a big ultimate as well. Lion, Undying, and Nyx were all caught out. Bounty Hunter is here. They don't have a Sentry Ward for him, unfortunately. Lich got caught out of all that. Caught a couple of Nyx's ultimate, and caught a big zap from Lion. But with two heroes down, an ultimate from Chaos Knight, they will be able to take down this tower quickly. And Tinker putting down all those marches. The creeps die so fast. Anybody who tries to come in and counter that push will have to deal with all these little marching goblin things, and they will just take so much damage from that. In the meantime, the illusions from Chaos Knight are just beating on the barracks, and it looks like they're going to take them down. Anti-Mage jumps in as they turn around to run away. Also, Bounty Hunter looks to walk in. That's the amount of damage that you take from those little walking goblin things. Crystal Maiden a little bit lagging on the runaway and gets caught out by 4 heroes, sorry. Ran away a little bit late, all his team was back. I think he walked back in to freeze somebody, but yes, was caught out by a few stuns. Anti-Mage has completed his Battle Fury now. Unfortunately, it is quite late, as I was saying earlier. At this point of the game, it could be useful going for a different item. Although it is arguable that since the Chaos Knight has his Phantasm and he's going for a Manta style, that Battle Fury is still a decent item. Being able to take down those illusions with the cleave damage would be quite invaluable. Here the Lich is going for an Aghanim Scepter. We've seen that. We've seen his ultimate, Lich's ultimate, shred the team a couple of times. Zeus has got a Refresher Orb. 3, 4, 9. That's about 1. I don't know. I'd have to do the maths a bit more carefully, but I'm unsure if he currently has enough mana to use his ultimate, Refresher Orb, and ultimate again. He does, but it would leave him with about 15 mana. So with Zeus, if you're going to get a refresher orb, you need to get a couple more intelligence items or mana items to be able to use that. Probably getting an Aghanim Scepter first, because it gives you the Staff of Wizardry and the point booster, would give you the mana needed to be able to use refresher orb on a Zeus. But at this point in the game, with this build, yes, not getting a refresher orb first is the way to go. Get an Aghanim Scepter first, or get some other intelligence items. Even Null Talisman would give you a bit more mana to play with. We've got Undying has had a lot of trouble this game, not much farm at all. He was one of the supports. Unfortunately missed out on his mid-game tankiness that usually makes Undyings thrive. Hasn't quite got towards his Hood. Hood would have helped massively against the magic damage of the Dire team. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to make it there. Nyx Assassin, using those Urn Charges, doesn't have much, has the Null Talisman, was looking for a Dagon, but just did not get the early game farm again. His 28 last hits was pushed around a little bit by the Tinker, unfortunately. Tinker, conversely, as you can see, Tinker has Boots of Travel and a Scythe. Now you can see here Manta Style and Ultimate doing its full effect on everyone. Massive ultimates. There was a Zeus in there. Lich wasn't even able. The entire Radiant team just died instantly to those illusions and the Zeus ultimate. Unfortunately, Zeus didn't use that refresher orb, but didn't need to. Radiant team slaughtered, and GG is called. That was a very good game for everyone. Good fun to watch, good fun to cast. Yes, GG is called by the captain. Thanks for the game, everyone. We'll be playing another one. This will go up on YouTube. Check out YouTube channel. Project Swift. Sorry, concentrating. YouTube channel, Project Swift DIH is the YouTube channel. Check out our Facebook page at DotA is hard, and check out our Twitch TV channel. Unfortunately, not much is on the Twitch TV channel at the moment. It is, we're having a little bit of problem with Australian upload speeds, being able to actually stream these games. But until then, YouTube will be running. Check us out. Please join us if you want to learn. We're open to new players. Most of these players are fairly new. The captains are good. The captains are of a decent experience level. All the others are still learning or have some amount of experience. Good game, everyone, and I'll catch you later. This is Project Swift, signing out.